like pulling some crystal card energies to see what is the crystal for the collective. What are we channeling on this Earth's grid? Ooh, okay. Hello. Ooh, very interesting. Super high vibrational. Can y'all hear me well? We have amethyst and labradorite. Amethyst with meditation and labradorite would take action. So I feel like this is more affirmative action, acting on your aspirations and what it is that you have been contemplating to put it into the forefront for you to bring into fruition, kind of balancing out. This is like deeper, ooh, sexuality. So yummy, 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 yummy. I really like this. I'm probably gonna like screenshot this part right here. With sexuality and healthy boundaries with red jasper in the bottom of the deck here. So with the red jasper and healthy boundaries, I was picking up red jasper energy also. So like root chakra and sacral chakra. So I would say your higher and your lowest chakra is really coming into a conversation of sacred movements and flow with each other in order to bring what it is that you are aspiring to bring forth into the physical space. Behind that was the lovers, right, with soul connection crystals. And so I do feel like this is your connection between your higher self and your physical self, really having a conversation, asking yourself, you know, in meditation, what it is that you really want to bring forth at this time. I can resonate with a lot of you when I say that this has been a time period of a lot of contemplation of what you're letting go and what you're bringing in, as far as like letting go of old habits that maybe weren't serving your business or wasn't serving your relationships, wasn't serving your healthy boundaries, right? Perhaps it was serving your emotional body but not your mental health, right? Perhaps it was serving your physical body but not your spiritual body and your aura, right? And so really getting into unison with yourself when it comes down to bringing these aspects of yourself to collaborate with each other, right? Essentially, this is the collaboration with self before it's collaboration with others, and taking the action to do that. So like if you're getting answers in your meditative space, what are you doing with that, right? I'm going to use me as an example because today was a day, and it was definitely a day where I had to put healthy boundaries down even with myself, for the sake of what it is that I want to bring forth for my future, for even just my present state, right? I didn't want to stay in that vibration unconsciously, right? And so healthy boundaries can be just even getting into your, like if you're in an emotional space with yourself, allowing yourself to get into an emotional intelligence space with yourself to at least have the awareness of the wisdom that is flowing within you, as opposed to just staying stuck in that energy without any type of awareness, without any type of consideration for how it may be affecting you and the energy and the people around you, right? So hopefully I'm making sense, right? So today I woke up with such a sacred rage. Ooh, the fire in me was ferocious. It was like, if I really wanted to, I mean, I still can feel it, but it's a different form of control than what I want to say. Like, I want to almost say that I can control it, but at the same time, I'm letting it flow through me without letting it get out of hand. That type of control where I'm not suppressing it. I'm allowing it to thrive in my being through its sacredness. And I'm allowing for it to teach me the lessons in which it needs to teach me. And so I get to move and take actions accordingly, right? So amethyst, right? Amethyst. Why I chose to work with crystals today, because this energy is very crystalline, is very amplified. It's very in tune with the fiery aspects of ourselves, right? And essentially we have thousands of crystals in our body, right? We are made up of so many different star lineages. And so I went from feeling like a ferocious, like Sekhmet energy to like a very Fae-like energy, which is a different breed of fire, right? A sacredness. But it took for me to really get into a meditative space within myself to shapeshift into which persona I wanted to tap into to honor this sacred rage to flow through me, this sacred fire, this anger. I really was like, if I say it with my chest collective, y'all want me to say it with my chest collective? Because if I say it with my chest, then I'm going to put a curse out into the world. Because my heart is feeling like that, right? And so rather than impulsively putting out more curses in which we are breaking generations of, I felt every generation of women in my course, in my core, in my being, every rage, every lie ever told to me, every lie I ever told, every human experience that felt like it was trapping my spirit into this world of human experiences, okay? Filling me with this rage, okay, of a human body. Filling me with this rage of ridiculousness of experiences that people cry and mourn about, okay? Really firing it up, charging my vessel, okay? And if I really said it with my chest, I'm gonna say it again, if I really said it with my chest, there would have been more generations of curses that would have been unleashed. And so rather than saying it with my chest, I felt it with my chest. I said, hold on, let me go into Netta. I go into my heart. Let me go into my heart. Let me go into this fire. Let me fucking be one with this fire. Right? We gonna burn whatever needs to burn, but we gonna charge up whatever the fuck needs to be charged up. And there was aspects of myself that I kept dormant, that was wanting to rage out, and I can feel my body. Just so much heat and passion and ferociousness and ugliness that I found so much beauty in it. It was like, how do I take this information? How do I take the wisdoms of the brujas before me and my lineages that did curses, that did healing, that morphed, that shapeshift, that All these things, right? How do I take this information and apply it to now? So I had to get into the wisdom of its lessons, of that fire, so I can know how to take action with labradorite, right? So that way my aura can stay fortified. My aura can stay strong. And that the action that I take are meditative. Okay, they're not impulsive. Stand on your fucking square and do not be fucking moved by the energies around you. Because I felt every fucking lie that's ever been told to me. And if I would have let that fucking turn into a spiritual psychosis, I would have fucking raged out on the fucking world today. But instead, I allowed myself to really, like, get anchored into the core. I was the fucking earth of my being. Right? Because I was trying to earth into this fucking ground, and there was so much data into why I can be angry today that it was primordial. It wasn't even human. Okay? And that feeling it had such a disassociation. Okay? Such a disassociation to human experiences that, oh yeah, it needed to rain outside to clear some of the channels, because there's so much love in the sacred rage as well. It's not just anger without love. It's so much love, but it's handled, or yeah, that's not the word. Expressed. Experience. It's hard to, because I'm using human words, because that's my humanness was tapping into something that's disassociated with humanness, right? Ooh. How do I say that? It doesn't care about feelings. Okay? And sometimes when we need to take action into things, right, in order for us to create healthy boundaries with ourselves, right, the red jasper, right, we have to come into sacred union with ourselves and say, fuck what I feel. What do I know I need to do in order for me to move forward and make love to that? Charge up that energy. Charge up that place in which needs your discipline. Charge up that place in which you want that energy to go to with that sacred rage. And allow for that sacred rage to make love to the core of that being. So it turns into like a form of transmuting the energy through sexuality. It's a form of tantra without it having to be so physical sex, right? The sexuality, I'm talking about tantric sexuality, the sexuality between feminine, like turning it from feminine to masculine and balancing and making the love where it is no difference between feminine and masculine. It just is. It just is powerful and it's big. I'm sorry, I see y'all comments here. Hold on. Yes, orgasmic, exactly. Hey, hello everyone. Hello. That's been my energy last few days, but today just wow, yes. Let me tell you. Amethyst, right? Amethyst reminds me of an angelic being in a sense, right? How it's so powerful, it's so fiery, but it can remove the curses from this space, right? And so if you're feeling like you're having a hard time getting into that meditative space with yourself, I'm sorry if I'm yelling at y'all, but I'm have some beautiful music playing in the background that's just like, it's been speaking to my soul all day because, woo. Okay, back to the program. Amethyst. To cut off the bullshit. Angels, right? They essentially they light up their fire to penetrate whichever angles they need to penetrate for the perception of your reality to be in its truest form, right? And because I didn't feel, like I said, I just felt all the lies, right, that has ever been told to me, right? All the lies I ever told. There was a lot of disillusion that was there. I was like, hold on. Illusions that was there. I was like, hold on. Like, we get caught up in these emotions of these stories, and we are far greater than that. So why would I allow myself the audacity to be stuck in a fucking low vibrational life frequency that is more dim as opposed to charged the fuck up like I fucking feel? Amethyst will do that to you. You can take like an amethyst quartz cluster and like cleanse your aura with it, right? And just cleanses, brush it, like anywhere it feels maybe like there's any knots, right? You can just like comb onto that space more, like you will be combing knots out of your hair, right? So taking the amethyst and maybe just doing an aura cleanse with the amethyst, right? And just allowing yourself to purify, right, the impurities, whatever is like a dim light frequency that is not allowing for you to be at your highest frequency, right? And that can be a meditative experience with yourself, and allow whatever to come through, right? In that experience, allow yourself to ask yourself, how can I take actions moving forward towards whatever goals it is that I have, right? You can state the specific goal. Labradorite actually fortifies your aura. So not only will you be in a meditative state of cleansing and purifying your aura, but fortifying your aura with the consciousness of what it is that you have to do, okay? This allows for your physical body and your astral body, like all your bodies, your emotional body, right, your spiritual body, to be in harmony with yourself. Essentially for you to breathe in and make love with yourself. The sexuality of the elements that's all involved in your goals, right? How can your steps make love to the following step, right? How can you create sex and orgasms with your goals, right? Well, maybe you need to write out a plan. And so just by putting the pen to the paper, you start creating a cosmic orgasm with your words, right? That's a form of sex, right? Because the ink is spilling its seeds onto the paper so that manifestations can come into fruition through the form of words. And then you read those words and you say them out loud and you take action. And that allows for the manifestation to come into fruition physically. And you allow yourself the healthy boundaries that you need, so that way if you need to fucking say no, you fucking say no, so that nothing can take away. Essentially, nobody or nothing can take away that which is yours, but if you give it permission to take from you, right, then essentially it can. Because it has to be done through free will. So setting those healthy boundaries, saying no where you need to say no. Perhaps you don't know what healthy boundaries to put, and working with red jasper can ground it, right? It can ground the energy down, right? So essentially with this sexuality, that's that energy rising up, right? The energy is your lower energies, that which was dimmed out, right? that you were purifying and started to fortify, it started to make sense, right? With your other chakras, your highest chakras, and bringing that energy up, but still keeping it grounded, all right? Hopefully that makes sense. I would say those are crystals that you can work with during this energy. So this is Crossakite. I might be saying that wrong, or yeah, Crossakite. I might be saying that wrong. I'm gonna read about this one. Just because I get a very tantric energy, it doesn't necessarily just feel like sexuality in the form of like sex or things like that, but more so like sexuality in the form of your expression, sexuality in the form of there's just so much to say, right? In the form of your breath, in the form of your beauty, in the form of just transformation, to me, is a form of sexuality, right? When a caterpillar is eating and eating and eating and eating, and then it starts to eat at itself so it can cocoon, right? Essentially, it eats at itself so that it can create a cocoon to protect itself within itself, and then it'll break out of itself, essentially eating at itself again, so that it can break free and expand its wings. Like, yo, do you know how much eating that caterpillar just did? That's fucking sexual as fuck. Like, oh man, my mind, listen, we there, we at that page, yo. All right, so we're gonna read about it. Oh, and it's, so like I said, the sacral chakra with this one here, and it's vibrant orange, the sacral chakra. Crossakite is a powerful and dynamic crystal only found in Tasmania, Australia. Okay, I was talking about sacred rage. Do y'all know them Tasmanian devils look so motherfucking cute, but they don't call them the devil for no reason, fucking wicked things? Tasmania, Australia. Okay. It is one of a kind, and its medicine deeply resonates with the vibrations of life force energy. Ashe. It works closely with the fire elements. I told you that fire rage energy I was feeling. Oh, so yummy, so yummy. I want to eat fire. I want to swallow. I am fire. Like, I want to lick it. I want like fire to come out my mouth when I speak. I spit fire, y'all. Essentially, that's what happens, whether you see it or not. When I'm speaking, fire comes out. It's a whole light language. It's a light show that comes out like a fucking dragon. I swear it. I promise you, if you have the eyes to see it, you see it. All right. Assisting in burning away any blockages that stop you truly living in the creative flow of the universal energy. It is deeply assisted in transformation of any issue related to sexuality. That's turn page. If I wasn't just talking about all of this shit though. Alright. And activates the Kundalini life force energy in the body. So yummy. So yummy. And how do you deal with that, right? Because like I said, it wasn't about just controlling it so that I wouldn't rage out. It was being one with it and making love to it in a different way so that I can feel and know the anger and understand its wisdom and learn from it so I can know how to move forward. What do I do with this information? What do I do with anger? What do I do with frustration? What do I do with these emotions, right, for this human experience? What do I do with this? Why do I have to control it every single time of the way? Maybe it's not to be controlled, but expressed. And so having the emotional intelligence to do that, right? But essentially being in that frequency first. And the emotional intelligence is the form of sexuality, right? Because that allows for the emotional regulation, which is the transformation, right? It's the action to it. And so this crystal meaning, it activates the Kundalini. It invokes deep sexual and life force energy, deepens the connection to sexuality, enhances tantric union. Ow! I was just talking about that. Okay. Assists in expressing creativity. Okay, the message if this crystal deva comes out. Oh, this powerful card indicates a time to open up to the powerful life force energy of the cosmos and to your own sexuality. The universal creative energy flows through you deeply at all times, and it is a natural part of life. It is now time to heal any wounds around sexuality and come back into your power. Working with this energy consciously in your life. Your sexual energy is your creative energy. Opening up to this dynamic existence can transform your world. The devas emphasize that your sexuality is sacred and an integral part of who you are. Work with them as you open up and heal old perceptions, wounds, and even judgments you may have made around sex. Once you release negative beliefs and restrictions and allow yourself to break free of social constructs, you will set yourself free. The devas urge you to honor yourself as a divine and sacred sexual being. If you are uncomfortable or feel you have wounds about sexuality, seek the support and guidance of a professional who can assist you in the healing process and allow this part of you to heal, grow, and express itself. Okay. You are also guided to work closely with the magical medicine of crocosite, like a crocodile. Because I like me some crocodiles. Maybe I've been saying this word so wrong. All right. Crocosite. I'm going to just say crocosite. Because I want to say it that way now. Because I'm channeling my crocodile. Because I want to eat some shit up. All right. Let me keep going. All right. Before I get distracted. All right. You are also guided to work closely with this magical medicine of crocosite to support your awakening to the life force energy of the cosmos. It is time to set yourself free and dance in the sexuality and dance in the sexual energy, creative energy of the universe in a positive light. Ow. I want to eat it. Maybe if I eat the card, you know how they say you are what you eat? Like, some of y'all, you can tell y'all eat a lot of pussy because y'all strong and powerful and y'all just be thriving in your energy, leaking on everybody, and I'll be loving it. I'll be like, "Ow, go ahead, go do it, keep eating that pussy," right? Then some of y'all just be choking on a lot of dick, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of that shit too, right? But that should be having me like just stiff and hard on myself and others and stuff, like just trying to penetrate the shit of like, you know, pressure bust pipes, and some of y'all looking like y'all like it rough types and shit. So, you know, just trying to figure out, you know, which one I'm gonna do. But if I like, the other day I was craving kangaroo, right? I was like driving and I was really craving kangaroo, and I was like, what the, and talking about Australia, right? Like this kangaroos are from Australia, right? So I was like, yo, like, what the fuck am I craving a kangaroo for? I was like, I guess so that I could be a better fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna, like, be tough-skinned and shit, and, like, just put it in my pocket whenever I need to like go in my pocket and pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Type of energy. Well, also the crocodile, right? Crocodiles eat fear, right? And the crocodiles in ancient Kemet, crocodile, okay, I love y'all. Yo, in ancient Kemet, right? We had Sobek, and Sobek was a crocodile that loved to fuck, right? He just loved to fuck. He was so fertile and strong and ferocious. And I can be like a crocodile, I tell you, but it eats the fears too, and it essentially having to navigate. You are what you eat, right? So if you're eating fears instead of becoming the fears, how do you use those fears as a form of strength for your healthy boundaries, right? For your healthy boundaries. Crocosite. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. I'm probably butchering the out of this crystal's name, but I promise you, like, so some of y'all, maybe y'all are doing some deep shadow work, right? Or, you know, maybe y'all come out of shadow work, but y'all go in and out, and you're just feeling feisty. You're feeling like you're on your higher vibes, but just not wanting to neglect your physicality. Remember, I was talking about that balance, right, of the physical and the spiritual, right, for the healthy boundaries, for your manifestations and the discipline, right? Essentially, you know, the crocodile energy, it can be very fertile as well. And so how are you fertilizing your goals, right? It also is it's so primal that it's not doing it just for survival in a sense, right? It's doing it because it wants to. It's doing it because it wants to, because it likes being the king of its rivers in a sense, right? Of its waters, essentially. Like, are you the king of your waters? Are you the queen of your waters? Is the kingdom within you fully thriving and alive? Because it's okay to have the Nile River running up your spine and down and all around, and you be the king of that space also without fear. And that's how you make tantric love to yourself. And that's how you fertilize. You put those seeds, and you say fuck it when you need to say fuck it, and you make love to it when you want to make love to it. And essentially that which is ugly, that people find beautiful, because you find the strength in that. I'm gonna keep this part out. I'm telling you, I might fuck around. I was gonna fuck around and eat the card to see if I become this crystal. Cause like inside, as I look at it, I see myself more and more and more becoming this crystal. Do y'all resonate with this shit? Because I promise you I do. And essentially, I don't really give a fuck if y'all do or not. But since y'all here and y'all being nosy and y'all up in here with me, like, do y'all comment? Like, because I know if you're here and you fuck with me and you're fucking with this, then like, that's a form of love making. That's a form of tantra. That's a form of energy exchange. And so how do you tap into that without fear, without being afraid? I love this. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to put that as the collective crystal of the day. Especially all of them, you know, essentially are. But that's the main one that really wanted to speak out, and I resonate fully with that as a collective message. So I thank you all for your time, your space, your energy, and I'm gonna keep it pimping, y'all. Not really. I'm not gonna do the pimping stuff because I don't really like pimps and stuff, but I'm gonna keep it pushing.